You're listening to the Puffcast live with the Nightly Toker. What's up, guys? This is episode 33 of the Puffcast, and I am your host, the Nightly Toker. Alright, you know what? It's a late night start. Usually I go a little bit earlier, but I went with this. You know what? I was watching a movie. It's been a long day. Canada Day, 150, baby. I told everybody I'd be doing a mega session on Canada Day, and it is Canada Day, and you know what? That's what I'm going to be doing. I've had already, what did I do? About 2 bowls already? On the Vaporizer Solo. It's July 1st. July 1st, it's a new day, new month. Time to get into it. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. It looks like the volume meter is peaking nicely. It should run a little differently. Of course, I had a huge session last night with the Bean himself over at his place. It was insane. We, of course, smoked on the pink kush that I got from our good friends at budzone.ca. Really good prices, check them out. Well, you know what? We ended up smoking about 3 grams of pink kush. And then, of course, probably about I want to say close to 2 grams of the Bubba Kush. Now, the plan was to smoke about 6 grams total last night in a hot box while we were hitting the bongs over and over and over. It was insane. Neither one of us have ever been that lifted. It was totally off the charts. The Bean was a little interesting at times, as was I. You know what? We were walking on sunshine, ladies and gentlemen. We were walking on sunshine. Good sesh. Got a little weird, as they usually do when the Bean is on. But you know what? I still thoroughly enjoyed it. I haven't even listened to it, except for the first maybe 5 minutes, maybe 2-3 minutes actually. But I do know that the volume wasn't that great. The music was sometimes too loud, and the dual connector that we had on for the mics wasn't picking up both of us very clearly. So, you know what? I'll try to give it a listen. If you haven't listened to it already, check it out. See what you think. Try to jump through a bit, see, hopefully the sound gets better. I think it does get better later on. But it was a full 3 hours. I've never done a 3-hour podcast before. It was crazy. It was crazy. And even after the podcast, we still sat in the hot box for probably another 25 minutes. And it's like, no, we're done. We're done. Oh my God, we're done. But it was good. All right, so I've got a bowl here, fresh bowl, of, what do I got? Himalayan Gold, courtesy of course, of our friends at budzone.ca. Budzone Canada. Superior weed for everybody. Well, at least all the Canadians out there. Because they are a Canadian dispensary, a Canadian service. They don't ship over the border. I did confirm this on their site. And you know what? Just, if you're Canadian, which from what I'm seeing, a lot of you are. A lot of you are Canadian, so please check it out. Check out the site. Put in an order if you want. We got a good coupon code, Puffcast. Enter that on orders of $150. They'll actually give you a free 1/8 of Pink Kush, which is amazing. It is really amazing. Last night, like I said, the Bean and I smoked about 3 grams of it. And it hits so smoothly. Such good taste. Very nice. Very, very nice. I was thoroughly impressed. and it was just a very mellow, relaxing high. It's quite nice, quite nice. And of course, mixed with the Bubba Kush, ooh, it made that Bubba Kush seem like it was Rockstar, right? Not the strain, but you know what I mean. It was just really good. Not every strain pairs up with other strains that well. Now, some people would say yes, they do, but I find no, they don't. But Bubba Kush and Pink Kush were tag teaming me. Oh man, it was good. Really enjoyed it. But yeah, so I ended up crashing over at Bean's house because I didn't feel like I could drive anytime soon. I was done. So hit the couch, slept it out, woke up in the morning, came home, back to life, and of course Canada Day. Ooh, you know what? Oh, I almost forgot. I'm sorry. It's puff time. Yeah, it is. All right, my vaporizer's heated up. Let's hit this. Tasty. Now, I had about 2 bowls about 2 hours ago, and then I watched John Wick 2, or Chapter 2. You know what? It was alright. It was good. It was good. First one was better. Second one had way more action, but it didn't stop, and some of it was just a little unbelievable, in my opinion. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Yeah, all I've really said is what some of the critics and some of the reviews has already said. But you know what? I'd watch it again. But yeah, it's 2 hours and 2 minutes, and I'm like, you know what? I want to finish this movie before I do the podcast and get puffin' legitimately. Yeah, sure. So, watched the movie, sat it out. I'm like, all right, you know what? Before we do the podcast, before we get puffin', broadcasting, going live, doing whatever we're going to do, let's hit the head. Let's hit the head first, because nothing worse than having to go to the bathroom when you're doing a live session. If I'm recording, just personally beforehand, I can just hit the pause button. I can come back to it. When I'm live, I can't have dead air. I mean, I could just take a break at those moments, play a loud song, hit the mute button, and bring everything in, or quickly go and pee. But no, I don't want to do that. If I take a break, it's because I need a break for something legitimate, like loading a big vat bowl, right? But that is also why I have a headset with a mic on it, so I don't have to hold anything. It's right there. I'm ready to go. Let's keep puffing. Delicious. This Himalayan Gold has a very distinctive taste in the vaporizer. Now, I'm using a solo airizer. It goes from 1 to 7. I don't know that much about the solo. You think I would. I've had it for several years. So I don't know what each setting for heat in how much that is, like, right? No, like, I don't know. I don't know. But you know what? 3. I go around 3. Sometimes I do a 4. If I really want to hit it hard, I'll go 7s, but they will destroy me, as you've heard on previous episodes. They just destroy me. They do. Now, I hope everybody out there is having a beautifully THC-filled, imaginatory, exploratory moment in time of day. And I say that not because I'm high, but because it's Canada Day. And you know what? Everybody is celebrating Canada Day. Even a lot of the Americans use an excuse to celebrate and be like, all right, let's have a beer, right? I don't know. But it's a good day to celebrate. I went out for some festivities today. Was up at the lake with the family. It wasn't too crazy. I thought it was going to be just stupid crazy. And of course, I've got a lot of anxiety. So going into large spaces, large groups of people, it kind of makes me like, it makes me very hesitant. Very, very hesitant. It bugs me. It really bothers me. My anxiety just goes through the roof. But, you know what? Wasn't that bad. I figured, because it's one of the nicest lakes that we have in this area of where we are in BC. You know, it's a pretty nice area. You know, we had to travel probably about 2 hours to get there. But it was totally worth it. It was totally nice. The weather was a little bit cooler, beautiful area, beautiful atmosphere, and it wasn't too busy, which I was thoroughly happy about. And yeah, you know what? There was a lot of people having a good time. I was surprised to not smell any ganja, though. I was thoroughly surprised. I thought for sure I would smell it from somewhere, because I had none. And I was just like, oh, I'd love to smoke just a big fat joint right now. Just a big fat one. But no, not until this evening. But I was looking at the area. Of course, that's the area where I'm going camping this summer with the big group of friends, with the Bean, with our friend Inexistent, and we're going to celebrate that 20-year friendiversary thingy with that 12-inch cone there. I was scoping it out. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. Oh yeah. All right, you know what? Just looking up at the TV, I did put in a Blu-ray. I've got Roadhouse playing. Have any of you ever watched Roadhouse? I love this movie. Patrick Swayze, back in the day, kicking some ass, martial arts. This dude is insane. The ultimate bouncer. You know what? When you have Patrick Swayze involved, because you know what? Patrick Swayze was an awesome actor. May he rest in peace. Peace, not peace. But you know what? Roadhouse is an iconic movie. Oh my god, I've probably watched it at least 15 times. At least. You know, I can't help myself. It's just an awesome, awesome movie. And you know what? I'll probably watch it at least another 15, 20 times before I die. At least. No, you know what? Probably within the next 10 years. I'm going to say within the next 10 years. Because it is such a good movie. And if you can get a Blu-ray copy, it's even better. It's a little bit more crisp and clear, better audio, not so grainy. Because the original, but you know what? Anyway, you can take it, watch it. It's kind of like the movie Red Dawn, the original, not the remake. The remake was okay, but the original, again with Patrick Swayze, that movie was insane. As a kid, when I first saw that movie. If anybody who doesn't know what the movie Red Dawn is, Google it right now. Go Red Dawn. I think it's 1970 something. I could be wrong. But it's basically a war movie. It's this group of kids in high school who fend off fucking everybody, and it's just nuts. Check it out. A lot of big names are in this movie. A lot of them very young. Charlie Sheen, Patrick Swayze. Whole pile of others that I cannot remember, but there's like everybody in there is a big celebrity now, or has been in the last 15, 20 years, right? Check it out though. That's my other favorite movie. I've just been in a really nostalgic mood lately to watch more of the classic movies. And it's awesome because there's so many really good ones. Now, I wish I had a bigger TV though. At least down in the basement. One day, going to get a nice big one, probably a 60-inch. I've got a 50-inch upstairs in the living room, but I wouldn't mind a 60-inch to throw up there. And when I get that 60, I'm going to bring that 50 down here. Of course, once I do that, then I'm sure all the kids during the day they're going to want to be down here all the time. With a big fat TV like that, oh yes. Right now there's a 32-inch, and in the space where it's set up that they have access to, it's not a very good space, right? So, bigger TV, I'm sure they'd be all over that too. Just got to convince the wife. Hello, wife, please let us buy a new 60-inch TV. Then we'll wall mount it. Bring that 50 downstairs, and then we'll wall mount that. Yes. All right, let's hit a puff. So smooth. I love it. Now, anybody who hasn't tried Himalayan Gold, please do. If it's this good in the vapor, oh my god, I can only imagine how good it is in the pen. Oh, but my pens are all dead. I killed the last one the other day.